Amari Cooper is the Cowboys wide receiver, joining us on behalf of the Gatorade Beat the Heat program, educating athletes across all sports about the importance of hydration during the hot summer months. 15th year, Gatorade Beat the Heat aims to raise awareness among athletes, parents, and coaches how to properly hydrate. And we've certainly seen the bad parts of this. To learn more about Gatorade's Beat the Heat program, fans can find heat safety tips on Gatorade's YouTube channels. We welcome in Amari Cooper. What was your second best sport in high school?
My second best sport in high school was definitely basketball.
How good were you?
I was decent. I was definitely better at football, though.
Who plays in the NBA the way you played basketball in high school?
It's a pretty good question. I would say probably a mix between Kyrie and Westbrook, because I was kind of flashy with the basketball. I like to dribble more than I like to score.
Now, did you play high school with Teddy Bridgewater?
I did. That was my high school quarterback.
How good was he in high school?
He was great. He was the best quarterback I've seen at that point.
Did he play basketball?
He played for a little bit, but he didn't play. He didn't finish the season as a basketball player.
Okay, but did you know at the time, like, that you guys were both going to be going to play, obviously college, but maybe a chance to play professionally?
Yeah, I knew at the time. Of course, Teddy was really advanced. He was like the only 10th grader on. He's a year older than me. So when I was in the 9th grade, I was at a different school, but obviously I knew everything that was going on at the school I transferred to because they were a powerhouse. And he was like the only 10th grader on varsity. He played receiver at first, and then he moved to quarterback.
Really?
But he was really advanced. Yeah, Teddy's probably the best safety I've seen in high school. Like, I mean,
wow.
If the ball is anywhere in his vicinity, he's gonna come up with the interception. He's a great athlete.
How did Nick Saban close you?
He didn't really have to do much to close me because I had my intentions set. I knew if I got an offer from Alabama, that's where I wanted to go.
Why them?
Just because I like what they stood for. I like that they were winning. Obviously, that's the most important thing. But just the way he coached the game, he approached the game. I mean, it was all about hard work there. It wasn't any promises that, like most recruiters would do, and tell you would come in and be a starter. He just gave me the flat-out truth that if I was good enough to play as a freshman, I would play. And that's all I really wanted to hear because I really just wanted to compete for a spot. And so I think they did everything the right way.
Who do you think is funnier, Nick Saban or Jason Garrett?
Well, Coach Saban is really that's a really underrated trait of his. Like, he's actually a really funny guy. Like, he has these jokes that he intentionally tells, and they're all pretty much funny. Garrett doesn't really intentionally tell jokes like Saban does. So it's a hard question to answer because Garrett is naturally funny as well.
Yeah, but did you feel like you had to laugh at Coach Saban because he's Coach Saban?
I didn't know. I didn't feel like I had to laugh at him, but his jokes were actually funny.
Is John Gruden funny?
John Gruden is funny as well. Yeah, he's naturally funny though. I don't think he never tries to be funny. He's just funny.
What do you miss about the Raiders?
What do I miss about the Raiders? I miss my teammates.
Oh, okay.
My old teammates.
Okay. So, but the colors. Did you like those uniforms? I mean, you're playing for the Cowboys. You've been lucky. You played for these iconic brands here. You're pretty lucky so far.
Yeah, I am. Very, very storied franchises. It means a lot to me to have been a part of two great organizations.
But who did you grow up rooting for?
I'm from Miami, so I grew up a Dolphins fan.
Did you hope to play there?
I wouldn't say I hope to play there. I just hope to be an NFL player. It really didn't matter what team I played for.
Was Dallas or was Miami any good when you were growing up?
Yeah, they always had a top 5 defense from what I can remember when I was growing up. They would always go like 10-6, 9-7 type seasons, but they didn't make the playoffs very much because the division was just so hard.
He's Amari Cooper, the Cowboys wide receiver. If you want to explain a little bit more about this Beat the Heat program, what would you tell our audience, or certainly the parents listening?
Yeah, so I'm just out here to help Gatorade, spread the message about the importance of hydration, and just to give a couple of tips on the subject.
And this is something, because you played in hot weather most of your life with Miami, Alabama, and certainly Dallas. How has that changed, though, of what coaches allow you to do, or the practice policy when it comes to playing in the heat?
Yeah, I think coaches are just more aware. I mean, obviously people have, fallen out and things like that from dehydration and it just being really hot. And so coaches do a good job now of making sure all the guys are hydrated. The water breaks are more often and more intentional. And, that's a good thing because it also helps with performance when you're hydrated.
If you want Dak Prescott to know you're open and you go back to the huddle, what do you say, or is there a look?
That's a good question. I really just try to, what I try to do? I try to always be open, like every play, every pass play. And so,
well, you always think you're open.
Right, but I try to create like a lot of separation. So I'm kind of creative in my route running, and so I want him to go and watch film and say, and like watch 10 plays or 15 plays and say, hey, this guy, he's open every play. So from then on, he can know like whatever the pass play is, he can expect me to be open, and that's how I go about that.
Did you recognize Jason Witten when he came in with his new look?
New look like what?
His hair. Or lack of.
Yeah, I still recognize him.
Oh, okay. That wasn't a do you guys make fun of him? Do you give him grief a little bit?
I'm not sure. I think I've heard some guys talk about his lack of hair, but I don't know if they've done it to his face.
How do my Cowboys look this year?
We look good. We have a lot of pieces in place. A lot of young guys who are, putting in a lot of work and just ready to go out there and fight and put on the best possible season that we can have.
When's Dak getting paid?
That's above my pay grade right there.
When are you getting paid? If Michael Thomas is going to get what he's getting, you got to be keeping an eye on that contract, right?
I'm not watching Michael Thomas's pockets. To be honest,
I would if I were you. Well, you know what? You might not be, but your agent is.
Yeah, probably. I think everything is going to fall in place when it needs to.
I think so, too. Hey, thanks for joining us. Have fun with this. The Gatorade people are great folks, and we appreciate your time, Amari.
Yes, they are. Thank you.
That's Amari Cooper, Cowboys wide receiver.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune into Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV. Stream for free on BR Live or download the Dan Patrick Show app.